Hey girlies, it's your girl Tris, and I'm sorry to break it to you, babe. You don't need another vision board. You don't need another vision board. You don't need to listen to another podcast. You don't need to make another fancy presentation of what your 2026 is going to look like. At some point, you have to understand it's not that you don't know the information, you're just simply not taking any action on what you know. And today we're going to talk about analysis paralysis, overconsumption of information, and why you don't need to know more info. Analysis paralysis is when you keep researching, you keep planning, you keep learning, and you're not acting. It feels productive, but it's actually procrastination dressed up in a nice Poochie outfit with a matching Chanel bag. Okay? You're convincing yourself that you're preparing when you're really just avoiding discomfort. You're not stuck because you don't have information. You're stuck because you're scared of making a move without guarantee. Information is a comfort blanket for many people. Watching videos, making visualization boards, reading threads all make you feel safe. Action requires risk, it requires mistakes, it requires embarrassment, while the collection of information does not require this type of emotional turmoil. Overconsumption becomes an emotional self soothing tool and not actual growth. You do not need another how to start video. You need to start failing forward. You need to start being seen trying. You need to start overcoming that fear of embarrassment. These are all prerequisites of your success. It's inevitable. Clarity. People think that clarity will magically appear and give them confidence. But the truth is that confidence is a muscle that is built after action and not before it. There is no amount of clarity that replaces lived experiences. You're not waiting to feel ready, but ready is a feeling that shows up after repetition. The issue with overconsumption is that it exposes you to way too many voices. There are too many voices in your head that you cannot even hear your own, babe. Everyone's advice is based on their own lived experiences, their resources, their timing, their truths. The more you listen to people, the harder it becomes for you to hear and trust yourself. If you ask everyone, you end up moving like no one. At this point, if you're learning without implementing, it's literally just entertainment. Real growth requires friction. If you haven't applied anything that you've learned within the past 30 days, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you don't need that information. Literally, overlearning stems from perfectionism. You don't want to be seen starting messy. You want to skip straight to being a professional, but unfortunately, that's just not how it works. I'm sorry to break it to you. Here is some simple, actionable advice to help you get at least one step closer to your goal. Pick one goal, set a time limit, and take action towards it within the next 24 to 48 hours. That's it, literally. If you want to start content, I promise you, you don't need a 5-star setup. I'm literally recording off my phone and I'm using a $20 Amazon mic. I swear, you can alchemize any situation using what you have. You don't need more information, babe. You need to move. And that's all I have for you guys today. Bye.
Pretty smart, too cute. Watching